Situated at the southern tip of China, Shenzhen and Zhuhai are two of the country's youngest and fastest growing cities. From what used to be the departure point of the Chinese diaspora more than 100 years ago, Shenzhen and Zhuhai are symbolic of the change in times, as foreigners now flock to these cities to capitalize on China's boom. In these two cities, two Americans have relocated halfway around the world to create new careers for themselves. While one has made China a comfortable home, the other is still feeling his way around his host city.
Well, I come from New York, and I've been in Shenzhen now for a little over a year. Well, I never first made the decision to come to China and live here for an indefinite period of time and just see where things go. One of my close friends, who's also the CEO, wanted me to help him. He said, we want to take the company into Asia. What started as a brainstorming weekend led to me writing the business plan to expand into Asia. And when I came to Shenzhen in August, we had a business license we secured through some consultants here, and I had a hotel reservation for a month, and that was all that I had here. It's become a lot more comfortable in the year that I've been here, but it's had its ups and downs.
It's a routine morning for Doug, who has a 30-minute drive ahead of him to his office in the Futian Free Trade Zone. A year of living and traversing the Shenzhen streets has made him familiar with the sights.
What I've heard is 25 years ago, and I don't know if it was 1981 or 1982, Shenzhen was a fishing village. In the past 20 years, this amazing city of like 13 million people has just, exploded. And most of the people here are not from Shenzhen. Some are from Guangdong province, some are from all other places of China. And they've all migrated here for jobs, for opportunities, for new life. And now, in the past, I think 10 years or so, there's been so much foreign investment. So international companies have invested here, and a lot of foreigners from countries all around the world have moved to Shenzhen and started to settle here. And inside this free trade zone, it's been good growth for us because, we give supply chain management services to manufacturers. And Sony, Sanyo, Hitachi, Hewlett-Packard, all these huge electronic manufacturers, Foxconn, they all have huge plants inside this free trade zone. So when we first got here a little over a year ago, we had nothing in here. This was a completely empty warehouse space. Willex is a company that supplies lean manufacturing solutions to manufacturers. Well, the biggest focus of our company is its employee values. So if I know what's important and valuable to my employees, then I can incorporate that into certain decisions to make sure that they're happy.
But Doug's American approach to management can be challenging enough without a staff from a totally different culture. What exactly were the difficulties he had to overcome when he first started operations here in Shenzhen? Shenzhen is one of China's youngest and fastest growing cities. For many, this is a promised land of new opportunities, bustling with commerce and the drive to succeed. But most expats, like Doug Menelly, will find that doing business more than half a world away from his native New York has its own set of challenges.
I would definitely say that the biggest challenge I've had in coming here and setting everything up has been understanding all of the rules and laws of how things operate in China. In hiring employees, in understanding financial and legal and customs rules. Business is business, but there are different ways of doing business. There are cultural differences, there are work differences, language differences. There's a lot of things for me to learn. Like Grace, what I just told you is that all the part numbers that usually start with 6. I've seen a lot of loyalty and a lot of dedication to work, and that's been something that I really value. Check out what the problem is. I'm a firm believer that whatever I put out there, I'm going to magnetize myself to. So if I put out there that I focus on people's values and I try to be a genuine person and I try to focus on being loyal in my relationships, I like to think I magnetize some of those people to me. So have him make sure he understands that.
基本上中方的员工都是说很同意的一点，就是他属于很随和，而且就是很亲近的一个人。
我们老板的宗旨是，员工如果说过得开心，可能工作效率会更高。所以说我觉得确实很多方面值得我们去学习。
喂，你好。请等一下。
其实有很多外国人来中国工作，但是他们不会说像他那样子很认真的去加深自己跟就是说别人的一个沟通这样子。
As Matt enjoys his meal, the skies are fast darkening over neighboring Shenzhen. It's a time when the city's neon lights switch on and transform its very image. But Doug has spent an entire day amidst the hustle of work. He prefers to unwind with a quiet game of tennis with a fellow expat. But this game is a little different. Doug has other reasons for meeting his friend. It seems that Doug has fallen in love with a Chinese lady and has to meet his prospective mother-in-law for the very first time. His tennis partner David is no stranger to these customs. He too has married locally.
That'd be great.
I know.
One morning you wake up and then Li Mei's mom's at the house. What's the plan? Are you going to make breakfast? Are you going to take her over?
No, well, Li Mei's mom and her mom.
It's going to be interesting for him to meet Li Mei's mom. And I've had a similar experience. My girlfriend is from Xi'an, city up north, and I went up and I met her family. And I think probably Doug's going to have a similar experience. I mean, he's a very, very thoughtful guy. And
Thanks, Dave.
yeah, there you are. And he's going to make dinner for her and he'll do everything right, man. I'm pretty sure he will.